Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and per Adam Schefter, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are placing the franchise tag on all-pro safety Antoine Winfield Jr. The tag is $17.1 million. Now, Adam Schefter did note that this is seemingly going to be a bit of a placeholder as both sides continue to work on a long-term deal. And the deadline for getting a long-term deal, by the way, is something in mid-July. Obviously, both sides would probably want to get something done before then, but Antoine Winfield Jr. is sticking around on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the franchise tag. This is something that really was expected, I believe, in my opinion. I think that it was really for about a week or two now, right? Ever since the report from Rick Stroud that the expectation was that the franchise tag was going to be placed on Antoine Winfield Jr., that was really the outcome that was in everybody's minds. But even before then, everybody had assumed that if there was anybody who was going to be getting the franchise tag, it would have been Winfield Jr. It is just going to be a little bit trickier to get a long-term deal done with a WJ just because, I mean, to be honest, he is going to be the highest paid safety in the NFL when everything is said and done. And it's probably going to be on a longer term deal than anybody else the Buccaneers are looking to bring back. Besides maybe Tristan Wirfs, who his contract isn't expired. You're just going to have to extend him. But, this would be the most long-term deal that is probably going to get done this offseason, so the Bucs will want some more time to really work out all the finer details of that contract, maybe so compared to contracts like Mike Evans, which, as we know, was only a 2-year deal, and let's say Baker Mayfield, which right now that deal hasn't come up, but it is definitely something that's getting worked into the pipeline as well. But again, it's something that isn't overly surprising. I don't have to tell you guys how good Antoine Winfield Jr. is. He is probably, no, I won't even say probably, he is the best player on the Buccaneers defense. You can argue he's like the second or third best player on the entirety of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He deserves to be paid like a top safety in the league because he is a top safety in the league. Some people have argued he is the top safety in the league. And look, what he is so good at is everything. Tackling, coverage, blitzing. The combination of Todd Bowles and Antoine Winfield Jr. for this Bucs defense is awesome. It's such a fantastic combination. And this is genuinely one of the best draft picks Jason Licht has ever made in the entirety of his general managing career. In the past 9 years, you could say Mike Evans is number one, maybe, or Tristan Wirfs is probably number two, and then it might be a toss-up between Chris Godwin and Antoine Winfield Jr. for number three. That's a genuine argument you could make there. I really don't think that's a crazy thing to say. I mean, now you might even have AWJ at number 3 and Chris Godwin at number 4. Like, he's that good, folks. He is that good. The safety market has been devalued a little bit in the past couple of years, but I would argue a player like Winfield is bringing that value back. And it's not just in the form of like interceptions. Winfield did have a couple of interceptions this past year, but it's the versatility that makes him so valuable. Winfield's not a secondary player that gets you 10 interceptions, right? But he is going to be a guy that can affect the game in so many different types of ways. We've seen him play both safety positions. We've seen him play nickel corner. We've seen him blitz. Again, just to speak to that, his ability to get after the quarterback. Like, these are all really, really valuable types of things that I think are defining what a modern safety is. And I think Winfield Jr. is the prototypical modern day safety that not just the Buccaneers, but all teams want to have on their roster. If Winfield Jr. would have made it to the open market, oh my goodness, he would have had teams lining up at his door, much like in the case of Mike Evans, much like in the case of possibly, Baker Mayfield in there as well. But that's not the case. Winfield Jr. is staying around. According to Schefter, it's just really a placeholder until the two sides can come out to a long-term deal. When is that long-term deal going to happen? I don't know. It could happen this week, could happen during the free agency period. It could happen all the way until July. But again, the Bucs are going to want to get a long-term deal done much sooner rather than later, so they have more cap space to work with going forward. Because an important thing to note is in terms of salary cap, that $17.1 million tag, that's all that is the cap hit right now. Today is $17.1 million. So the Bucs are definitely going to want to get a long-term deal done to lower that cap number. So we'll see what other moves are made in an effort for the Bucs to bring back some of their other names as well. But Antoine Winfield Jr. is officially sticking around. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.